In this video, we'll talk about Nigerian sprinter Tobi Amusan as she talks about the hurdles of becoming #1 in the world. It's not easy being a girl, that's that. The Nigerian star didn't have it easy growing up, especially when it came to athletics. Now she talks about how she felt as she became the world's fastest 100-meter hurdler. First up, Tobi Amusan shares her struggles from nearly quitting to reaching the top. Tobi Amusan never thought to start out as a sprinter. When she was 13 years old, she turned up to compete in a local athletics competition and could only enter the hurdles program. She wasn't sure, but her coach encouraged Tobi, and she ended up winning the race. And so Amusan started out as a professional long jumper and sprinter in her native country. But never in 100 years did she think she would one day hold the world champion's title. But can anyone believe that this talented sprinter was once on the verge of quitting? It's almost never easy for any athlete to make it big, especially if there's family baggage and other hurdles to deal with. As a young athlete, Tobi had to face unfair selections and was often left out. She told BBC that she was shattered when she was left out of the women's relay team at the 2013 Africa Youth Games. Amusan's frustration grew when it happened again and again, and selectors only went for their favorites. But it turned out that these rejections were a blessing in disguise because they led her to explore other options, hurdles even. Despite being a hurdle champion now, Amusan had to prove a lot to the selectors. She said in an interview that some coaches advised her to try hurdles, and it was a lot of pressure on her as a young athlete. Still, she didn't give up and overcame doubt when she bagged her first senior hurdles title at the African Games in Congo in 2015. Tobi mentioned that she wanted to travel with the senior national team and that it was the typical Nigerian approach to beat down the athlete into believing that they couldn't do it. It was in these very games that her fortune changed and she got a scholarship to the States. Up next, the Nigerian speedster talks about her father burning her gear. Tobi Amusan is a true symbol of struggle and inspiration. She faced numerous rejections in her career, but giving up wasn't in her blood, even when her own father didn't support her. Amusan has won countless major titles, starting from her gold medal in the 100-meter hurdles at the 2018 Commonwealth Games, but then it started to go downhill a bit. Amusan shared that 2019 was a tough year, but she decided to move on. The 25-year-old remembered how her father burned her running gear. She mentioned that both her parents were teachers, and the household followed strict discipline, and so it was common to focus more on studies, and as a girl, it's even more complicated. Tobi Amusan shared in an interview that her mother felt Tobi deserved a chance and that she kept telling her daughter not to disappoint her. Amusan's mother started to support her sprinting and would make excuses to her father when she would go out for state competitions. Unfortunately, Tobi's father found out one time and was so furious that he burned all her training gear. He told Tobi's mother that this was the last time he would see her in the stadium. From that day to today, Amusan stood at the highest step and earned her country a chance to have another world champion. The 25-year-old sprinter recently ran a record-breaking time of 12.12 seconds at the semifinals of the World Championships in Oregon, and even went on to win the gold in the 100-meter hurdles. It's kind of ironic how at one time you're at the lowest point of your life and at another you're receiving a gold medal. But these moments only come from a struggle such as Tobi Amusan's. Coming up, world champion Tobi Amusan talks about shaking off the nearly girl tag. Even athletes like Tobi Amusan have a tough time on the world stage. When she made it big in 2018, Tobi had to go through a tough 2019 where she constantly came fourth, even at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. This gave haters a chance to wear her down. Tobi even said in an interview that people didn't have to nail her to a cross just because she came fourth. People have certain expectations of rebellions, and so they think they have to be the best all the time to prove the haters wrong. As for Tobi Amusan, she had to fight against many labels in her country. They called her Nigerian almost girl, and that she's a giant in her native country but a wounded lion on the world stage. Tobi mentioned that the entire process was so nerve-wracking, especially when she missed out on a medal. The sprinter mentioned that she almost quit because she thought that she did. She came all this way just to land at the last spot. Now she sits at the top of the pile of haters beneath her as she grabbed her winning spot in the Diamond League trophy. Tobi Amusan is the first African to grab the top spot in the league, and she has given all the credit to God and has also emphasized that her faith plays an important role in her career. Tobi bagged the Diamond League race in Paris in a record time of 12.41 after coming from a series of injuries. Tobi had the race of her life as she pushed down Kendra Harrison's time by 8/100ths. It was the largest time drop in the women's hurdles in the last 42 years. In other related news, next up, Tobi Amusan breaks the 22-year-old record. It's all about Tobi Amusan in the sprinting world these days. The Nigerian sprinting star has set the world stage on fire as she sprinted to break a 22-year-old record. Tobi won the women's 100-meter hurdles at the Diamond League in Zurich with an amazing 12.29 seconds on the clock. Jamaican star Brittany Anderson landed on the third spot, while America's Tia Jones grabbed the second slot. This continues her streak of gold as Tobi also bagged medals at the World Athletic Championship in Oregon and at the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Tobi broke Gail Devers' 22-year-old record and established herself as the queen of hurdles. Apart from the recent ones, her slate also includes the Africa Championship titles, the African record, the world record, and the World Championship. She broke the long-standing record and took a 1/10 of a second off the mark, and broke the meeting record set by Olympic gold medalist back in 2000. Tobi is now the first Nigerian hurdler to win 2 Diamond League trophies and has even set an African record of 12.42 seconds. Following up, Duplantis and Rojas give dominant performances at the Diamond League. History has been made at the Wanda Diamond League in Zurich by many athletes in their respective games. Apart from Tobi Amusan's spectacular performance in the hurdles, we also got to see superstars at their best in pole vault and jumps. Mondo Duplantis, a triple jump superstar, has wowed spectators once again as he sets a meeting record and bags his second diamond trophy. Yulimar Rojas, on the other hand, is also in the league to become a back-to-back Diamond League winner. Duplantis has improved the world pole vault record 3 times, while he has also won world titles both outdoors and indoors. The 22-year-old Swedish jumper added a centimeter to the mark he set last year as he cleared at 6.07 meters. He entered the competition at 5.62 meters and then soared to the sky. His competitors from France, Norway, and the USA couldn't even come close to the Swedish star. As for Rojas, it looked like nothing would settle her except being the best. The 26-year-old won her 3rd world outdoor title in Oregon at 15.47 meters, but she set her target to 16 meters, so she seemed a bit disappointed even after bagging the title. And finally, silver medalists have a silver lining at the Diamond League. Javelin duo Kara Winger and Neeraj Chopra took the winner's spot at the podium in the Diamond League final and finally had their moment in the golden spotlight. The 36-year-old U.S. record holder once got beat out by 2-time world champion Kelsey Lee Barber, but this time Winger led from the outset and got herself a comfortable win. Finally, coming in at 3rd place with Barber and Winger was Japan's Haruka Kitaguchi. As for Neeraj Chopra, he became the first Indian to win the Diamond League title, which was a moment of recognition for the silver medalist. Chopra won the Diamond League final with an 88.44 meter throw and even recorded the top 3 throws in the final. Neeraj got a foul on his first try as he overstepped, but he couldn't let this overshadow his win. He followed his next attempts with great effort and finally landed the winning distance. These games go on to show that it could be anyone's day and that it's never impossible to go for the top position. The win wraps up a spectacular 2022 season for the Indian athlete. That's a wrap for this video. How inspirational do you find Tobi's journey? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.